Hello, and welcome to episode 3 of Off the Grid, a podcast about leaving social media without losing all your clients or customers. I'm your host, Amelia Freebie. I am a writer, speaker, and the founder of Softer Sounds Podcast Studio, a podcast studio for creatives and entrepreneurs. And I am so excited to be back for our third episode of this podcast, all about building and growing thriving, feel good businesses off of social media. So, if you're just tuning in, if this is your first episode of Off the Grid, welcome. This is our third episode. In the first episode, I talked about 4 common myths about social media marketing for small businesses, and I broke those down and walked us through kind of a lot of just permission granting and truth telling about why you don't have to be on social media for your small business. In episode 2, I shared my story of leaving Instagram, and specifically Instagram, and I walked you through how you too can leave any social media platform that you choose through the 5-step process that I've created. You can catch up on those episodes anytime, anywhere that you listen to podcasts by finding Off the Grid, leaving social media without losing all your clients. And of course, I would be remiss not to tell you, remiss. Ugh, words are hard when you're talking, y'all. Truly. So I would also, and of course, I also want to tell you about our Leaving Social Media Toolkit. So this whole first season of Off the Grid is about strategies for leaving social media while continuing to grow your business. And that Leaving Social Media Toolkit basically gives you all those tools right up front. So you can download that by heading to softersounds.studio/byeig. That's softersounds.studio/byeig. When you head to that page, you just drop your email and then you'll get an email from me with a wonderful Notion dashboard designed to help you leave social media. There are 3 tools in that toolkit. The first one walks you through the 5-step process I shared in the last episode with some really wonderful, juicy reflection questions that I didn't share on the podcast, but that you can get and work through in the toolkit. The second piece of that toolkit is what I'm going to share in today's episode, which is a list of 100 ways to share your work and life that aren't social media. So we're going to talk through that today, but you can download the list or by getting the Leaving Social Media Toolkit. And then the third part of that toolkit is what we're going to cover in our next episode, which is a database to keep track of your creative marketing experiments. So again, all of that can be yours for free 99, y'all. by heading to softersounds.studio/byeig. Bye. A little in sync moment there for all of us. Before I dive into today's episode, I also just want to say thank you to everyone who is already listening to the podcast and sending me emails and telling me that everything is just really resonating so far. I am so grateful for your thoughts and your feedback. And honestly, I'm just really pumped to hear that this is resonating with you. I've got lots of great stuff lined up for this season of Off the Grid. And of course, if you have requests or things that you would like to have me talk about, you can always shoot me an email at hi@softersounds.studio. That's hi@softersounds.studio. And I'd love to hear what you're thinking. I'd love to answer your questions. So send anything, any thoughts, feelings, big feelings, small feelings, huge opinions, whatever it may be in relationship to leaving social media. You can send those to hi@softersounds.studio and you'll reach me. I'm the one who reached that inbox. So thanks for reaching out. So today's episode is about 100 ways to share your work and life that aren't social media. I wrote this list when I was preparing to leave Instagram. So I walked us through that whole story in the last episode. I won't go through it again here, but in the spring of 2021 or winter and spring of 2021, I decided to leave Instagram. And at first, that was a really scary decision because I had been selling books and courses and kind of building my platform on Instagram. And I was like, oh shit, like what am I going to do? Like, how am I going to keep spreading the word about my work? How am I going to keep telling people about the things that I'm doing? You too might have had that reaction, right? If you listened to the last episode and I was like, here's exactly how you can leave Instagram. Maybe you were like, that's great, Amelia, but I I need you to actually tell me what else I'm going to do instead and convince me I'm not going to totally lose my business if I get off Instagram before I'm willing to put that 5-step plan into action. Honestly, I would feel the same way. Maybe the idea of leaving social media really appeals to you, but you're like, I need to know what is going to take the place of this like marketing and sales I'm doing on social media. What's going to fill that void? So today's episode is really meant to kind of really expand your imagination. Like it's going to speak to that visionary, expansive, imagining part of you, imagination station part of you that just needs to know there's so much else you can be doing that's not on social media. And I can tell you firsthand that when I left Instagram, I just had so much more time to share my work in other ways. And I think one of my biggest fears around leaving Instagram is that I was going to lose my community and I was going to stop making sales. And I can tell you that in the process of making this list of 100 ways to share your work and life off social media, I realized that I totally wasn't, because I was just going to do other awesome things to keep up with my community members and keep marketing and selling my offerings and products. So I did. So this list is really designed to help you get into that expansive space and just start seeing possibilities. In future episodes of the podcast, we're actually going to talk about making a plan for how you will do those things. But in today's episode, I really just want you to keep an open mind. And I really just want to invite you to, get that. I already said it. Turn on your imagination station. Like pull your train into imagination station and we are going to go. High-speed train ahead on this one. Sorry for that metaphor. I'm not sure that it worked at all. So in this episode, I'm going to read you the list of 100 ways to share your work and life that aren't social media. And I debated if I was going to do this on the podcast. I was like, is reading a list of 100 things, like, is that really, does anyone care? Does anyone want to listen to that? But what I decided was one of my core beliefs about podcasting is that by speaking and using our voices, we like bring our body to our communications and we bring our body to our actions, to our values. And so as much as I've published this list on the internet, as much as I have, maybe you've already downloaded the Leaving Social Media Toolkit and you have the list saved and duplicated into your Notion, there's still a huge difference between just knowing that list is there and you can skim it and actually spending the time with me and my voice reading it to you. Like by listening to this list, you're going to bring it more into your world. I'm embodying it, you're embodying it by listening, and we're going to help bring all of these ideas closer to fruition for you. So, if that's not your thing, that's fine. You can wait for the next episode or skip ahead to the next episode of Off the Grid. But I think that by listening to this list and just paying attention to which items grab your attention today, what stands out, what feels good, I think you'll really get a lot out of that process. Now, of course, I know lots of us just listen to podcasts in the background of stuff that we're doing, but I think there are really two ways you can kind of take up this invitation I'm offering you, the sort of listening prompt. One, if you're listening in the background, great. Keep doing that. Just notice, I'm sure a few of the options I give will just pique your interest, will make you tune in and notice those. Which ones did you tune into? Which ones stood out, even if you were doing the dishes while you were listening? Or I think your second way I would suggest listening to this is you could take a really sort of active listening approach. You could go to the Leaving Social Media Toolkit. You could look at the list with me. And as I'm reading, you could really highlight or mark or make notes, or if you want to do this on pen and paper, write down the items on the list that stand out. And then at the end, you'll have your own new list of just the stuff that you want to do. Because I want to be really clear, this list of 100 ways to share your work and life that aren't social media is not intended to be it's not a to-do list. I'm not here telling you you're going to do 100 of these things. It's just a list of possibilities. So I want you to take this list and curate what feels good and true and right to you to do now, and then add your own stuff to it. There's so much more. There's so many more ways you could share your work and life that aren't social media that aren't on this list. So now that we're 10 minutes into this episode, now that I have given you my full recap of past episodes, rundown of what's coming, suggestions for how to listen to this, Let's dive in to this list of 100 ways to share your work and life that aren't social media. Here we go. Ready? My cat just joined us. I'm not sure if you can see her behind me, but she's ready for this list. All right. 100 ways to share your work and life that aren't social media, y'all. Let's go. Number 1, start an email newsletter. Number 2, send a postcard. Number 3, call your friends and family. Number 4, try out an audio convo app like Quilt or Clubhouse. Number 5, create or update your website. Number 6, start a blog. Number 7, put up a flyer at a local coffee shop. Number 8, learn about and implement SEO so people actually see your website. Number 9, join a Discord channel. Number 10, launch a podcast. Side note, shout out to Softer Sounds. Come launch a podcast with me. Anyway, number 11, make stickers and stick them all over town. Number 12, find your local community college and see what continuing ed courses and networking meetups they host. Then go to one. Number 13, take a workshop and tell people what you do when you introduce yourself. Number 14, join a pen pal exchange. Number 15, sign up to write letters to someone who's incarcerated. Number 16, make a zine. Number 17, host a workshop at a fave local or virtual spot. Number 18, ship a care package to a loved one. Number 19, put a sign in your window. Number 20, put a sign in your yard. Number 21, volunteer your expertise to a nonprofit or mutual aid project. Number 22, write a fan letter or email to your favorite artist, author, podcaster, or local government official. Number 23, invite someone for coffee or virtual coffee. Number 24, join a free online community like the Holisticism Hub. I'm a member, come hang. Number 25, pitch an article about your work to a journalist or publication. Number 26, set up a calendar link with a service like Calendly so people can easily book time to chat on your calendar. Number 27, write a book. Number 28, host a book club. Number 29, make a playlist. Number 30, set up a group text. Number 31, let your alumni association know what you've been up to. Number 32, place an ad on a radio station. Number 33, place an ad in a magazine. Number 34, place an ad on a billboard. Dream big, babe. Number 35, write an op-ed for your local newspaper. Number 36, create your own newspaper and put it in free little libraries around town. Number 37, ask a local business if you can put up a flyer in their window or leave business cards by their register. Number 38, see what's happening at your local library or rec center and show up for a community gathering. Number 39, set up a texting service like Call Multiplier to send text updates to your whole list. Number 40, host your own online community on a platform like Mighty Networks. Number 41, schedule a weekly friend date or open office hours for virtual or IRL biz and babe hangs. Number 42, write an essay for an online or print publication. Number 43, pitch yourself as a guest for a podcast. Number 44, ask a friend to share your work with their audience. Number 45, collaborate with a friend or colleague on an event or offering. Number 46, leave reviews for businesses, podcasts, or authors you love. Number 47, ask customers, clients, or admirers to leave you reviews. Number 48, create a yearbook or annual report. Number 49, develop an app. Number 50, create a magazine. All right, y'all, let's take a deep breath. Are you ready? I feel like on podcasts, we don't just like pause to notice our bodies enough. I just read you 50 things. So I want to invite you as you're listening to just take a second and just exhale any air you're holding on to. And take one deep breath together. You ready? We'll inhale and exhale. How did hearing those first 50 things feel? I was trying to pay attention to which ones felt really juicy to me as I was reading them. And I was like, oh, yeah, I want to send a care package. Oh, yeah, I should put a sign in my yard. And oh, yeah, I'm going to make a playlist. But right now, those are the things that just felt like yes, yes, and yes. I can send a care package to, could be a family member, could be a client who's going through a hard time. I can put up a sign in my yard, right? Softer Sounds Podcast Studio. Get some calls in. One of my neighbors has a sign for their business in their yard. Part of what gave me that idea, I was like, oh, maybe I don't need this right now, but maybe so. Maybe in the future I will. And then make a playlist. I love playlists. If you've paid much attention to anything Softer Sounds has been doing, you might notice that I make a playlist for everything. So stay tuned for more playlists in your future. Let's keep going on our list of 100 things. We've got 50 more things. Are you guys ready? Diving back in. Number 51, host a webinar. Number 52, stand outside and shout to the sky. Number 53, rent a booth at a local craft fair, business fair, or trade show. Number 54, create or update your business cards. Number 55, join a local co-working space. Number 56, 2 words, bumper stickers. Number 57, 2 more words, graphic tees. Number 58, 2 final words, fanny packs. Gotta love a fanny pack, y'all. Number 59, ask everyone you know to tell one other person about your work. Number 60, send holiday cards. Number 61, make some funny memes. Number 62, hang out on a live streaming platform like Twitch. Number 63, read or write fan fiction for your favorite series. Number 64, hang out at a local coffee shop, bookstore, bakery, or bar and befriend the babes who work there. Number 65, send Valentines. Number 66, host a fundraiser for a favorite local org. Number 67, start a free little library, pantry, or love fridge with your neighbors. Number 68, share some of your photos, sounds, or words with a Creative Commons license for free use by others. Number 69, go to a virtual conference and actively participate. Not just lurk. You can lurk too, but maybe try participating. Number 70, put up flyers on all the street corners around where you live. Number 71, practice telling people who you are. Record an audio note of yourself saying it over and over again. Write it down 10 or 100 times. Number 72, practice telling people how they can work with you. Record an audio note of yourself saying it over and over again. Write it down 10 or 100 times. Number 73, create a free presentation about something you're good at and share it so others can learn from you. Number 74, spend time writing or speaking about your ideal client or friend. Imagine them into existence. Number 75, go for a walk and look around. Number 76, take a drive and look around. Number 77, buy domain names for popular things you do and reroute them to your website. Number 78, reconsider what you really want to share. Number 79, reconsider who you really want to share with. Number 80, read The Art of Asking by Amanda Palmer to embolden yourself to share and ask for what you need. Number 81, write yourself a theme song. Number 82, invest in a session with a healer or coach you admire. Number 83, put all your info and links in your email signature. Number 84, Use a service like Flowdesk to set up a free download that you share with people who join your email list. We also call this a lead magnet. Number 85, drink something warm and care for your voice. Number 86, make a list of people who do similar things as you and reach out to see if you can collaborate on something. Number 87, make a list of people who do way different things than you and reach out to see if you can collaborate on something. Number 88, make a media kit. Number 89, take new headshots or promo photos you love. Number 90, create a Discord or Slack channel for your community. Number 91, launch a course on a searchable platform like Teachable. Number 92, host a game night or online trivia. Number 93, create a useful tool or template using a service like Airtable or Notion and send it to everyone you think might appreciate it. Number 94, chalk the sidewalk. Who doesn't love sidewalk chalk? Number 95, commission a mural. Number 96, write a guest post for a friend or colleague's blog. Number 97, film a commercial for TV or just for your website. Number 98, make a giant sign and hire a sign spinner or do it yourself. Number 99, reach out to one new person a day for a whole month. Number 100, reconnect with one person you already know each day for a whole month. And number 101, bonus, actually do something or a lot of things on this list. That's it, y'all. That's our list of 100 ways to share your work and life that aren't social media. You probably noticed that some of those things are very businessy and some of them are not. One of the important things I think so many of us forget as we launch or grow our businesses is that growing a business is so much about community building, and we can build community in so many ways. I think that Instagram often invites us to, I should say also some social media platforms. Social media platforms invite us to kind of think of them as a bubble, and then they really like to get us stuck in that bubble. But there are so many ways and so many people you could be reaching out to about your business. Could you tell a family member about your business? Could you tell a friend? Could you tell an old teacher? Could you tell your neighbor about your business, right? When I made that list, I started by thinking really locally, like who doesn't know what I do? To be perfectly honest, my grandmother has no clue what I do. I've told her many times, podcasting doesn't get it at all. But I've heard her tell other family members that I run a podcast studio and she has no clue what that means. And some of them might tell a colleague of theirs who needs a podcast person and ends up coming back to me. I can't tell you how many just simple word of mouth interactions have brought me new clients. And so many of those started from my immediate local community or from dear friends or from social media. But I made this list because I want to encourage you to think about community building as a fun, enriching, nourishing, exciting activity. Even if you're an introvert, even if talking to people gives you a lot of anxiety or fear. A lot of things on that list didn't involve talking to anybody, right? Sidewalk chalk, yard signs. There are ways that you can tell the world what you do without having to speak directly to another person. Although, of course, I suggest practicing that as well. On the next episode of Off the Grid, I'm going to talk about how to take this beautiful, big list of possibilities and start making a marketing plan. Start doing some creative marketing experience that set yourself up really well, either before you're leaving Instagram to not notice a drop in business when you leave, or to really grow your business after you've exited any social media platform. I know I keep saying Instagram. Insert whatever social media platform that you would like to exit there. As I said at the beginning, if you would like to have this list, a copy of this list for yourself, you can download the free Leaving Social Media Toolkit at softersounds.studio/byeig. That's BYEIG. On the next episode, we'll talk about those creative marketing ideas and plans. But for now, I'm going to go do one of these 100 things. Your task before next time is to do one of them too. Sending you lots of love, and I will see you all off the grid, babes. Bye for now.